Shakur moved so well. He won every round, and he was just a step ahead with quickness and just with, just the plan himself. Great plan coming in, and he did well. Congratulations to him.
He won all the rounds? Is that what you're saying? He won all 12 rounds?
Well, maybe he lost one, but he won the majority of rounds.
At what time did you realize that this was just going to be Shakur taking over the whole fight?
After the fourth round.
After the fourth round?
Yeah.
Let's make it happen. We got to keep talking. Let's make it happen. Okay? Teddy, I want him. He's food. He's food. I got him. Okay?
The boxing world has been buzzing with reactions following the highly anticipated matchup between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez. Fans, analysts, and fighters alike have weighed in, dissecting every move, every strategy, and every moment of this thrilling clash inside the ring. They promised fireworks, and boy, did they deliver. Tonight's bout was one fans had circled for months, a chess match of speed, timing, and sheer will, swinging back and forth like a pendulum. By the final bell, the arena was drained, the fighters spent, and the boxing world had already moved from play-by-play to passionate, immediate reaction. From the opening seconds, it was clear this would not be a one-note affair. There was probing, measuring, and the kind of cautious respect between elite fighters that makes the first rounds feel like a tense negotiation. Sharp jabs and precise counter-punches flew across the ring, clean, clinical boxing that only looks simple when executed at this level. The rhythm of the fight often felt like a conversation, sentences exchanged, ideas tested, and then sudden explosive punctuation marks when one fighter landed a compact combination that made the crowd gasp. Both camps came in with clear plans, yet demonstrated the ability to pivot when those plans didn't work. One fighter relied on lateral movement, timing, and surgical counters. The other pressed forward in waves, targeting the body and turning small openings into larger opportunities. The contrasting styles created a captivating ebb and flow. Some rounds saw the counterpuncher looking untouchable, slipping and turning defense into offense. Others showcased the aggressor, forcing awkward exchanges and clinches that made scoring unpredictable. It was a beautiful tension, calculated avoidance versus purposeful collision. The crowd felt every shift in momentum as if it were a physical force. Certain sequences will be remembered forever, flurries that landed flush, forcing one fighter back on his heels, or precise bursts that pinned the aggressor to the ropes. These weren't just physical blows, they were psychological punctuation marks. Posture changed, corners leaned in, and trainers shouted corrections. A single 2 or 3 second exchange could alter how both camps approached the next 3 rounds. What made this fight truly compelling was the fighters' constant adjustments. When the aggressor found success closing distance, Stevenson varied his rhythm, doubled the jab, and stepped off to create new angles. When Lopez landed clean shots, he responded with uppercuts and body shots designed to blunt his opponent's mobility. These micro-adjustments, half-step footwork, split-second punch timing, separated elite from merely very good. The crowd's energy added another layer of drama. Roars followed explosive sequences, while hushed appreciation accompanied clean, technical work. Ringside commentators alternated between breathless description and expert analysis. Social media mirrored the excitement, with clips breaking down foot placement, head tilts, and tiny but decisive movements. Tonight's fight achieved something rare. It delivered both mainstream excitement and technical fascination. Turning points appeared across multiple rounds. A middle-round flurry could sway judges who favor aggression, while a later counter reminded everyone that clean, visible punches score just as much. The final rounds were a testament to conditioning and heart. Both Stevenson and Lopez maintained technique under fatigue, trading blows with full commitment. Watching them in those closing moments was witnessing two athletes who had promised to leave everything in the ring, and honored that promise completely. Post-fight images capture the contrast of emotion, embraces, handshakes, stiff smiles, and trainers who seemed years older after the night's intensity. Both men had answered the call, a competitive, dramatic, and technically brilliant fight that will be dissected and celebrated for years to come.
Yeah.
Hey, grab you got the jersey, boy. Hey,
Fans and pundits immediately erupted into debate, analyzing swing rounds, weighing the value of relentless pressure against the artistry of precision, and speculating on what's next for the fighters. Some called for instant rematches. Others suggested high-profile matchups against new stylistic threats. This is exactly the kind of conversation promoters dream of after a close, captivating main event. It keeps the buzz alive, and yes, the money flowing. From a technical standpoint, the fight reaffirmed timeless truths. Mastery of timing and distance allows a smaller, more mobile fighter to neutralize raw power while landing high-reward, low-risk shots. Conversely, pressure and bodywork remain proven methods to stifle movement and turn a tactical chess match into a series of scrappy, hard-hitting exchanges where strength and grit take center stage. Tonight, both approaches worked, and the interplay between them made it impossible to declare a single, simple narrative. Two elite fighters showcased their strengths while exposing each other's vulnerabilities in equal measure. The judges faced a daunting task, not because the fight lacked clarity, but because it was layered, complex, and dynamic. Momentum swung, rounds flipped, and each fighter had their shining moments. This is the kind of ambiguity that builds legends. When fans can reasonably argue multiple perspectives on who won, it invites repeated viewings and endless debate. The immediate reactions were a microcosm of boxing itself. Fellow fighters praised the mental composure and in-fight adjustments. Trainers dissected the tactical pivots and conditioning of both camps. Casual fans simply soaked in the high-drama spectacle. Social timelines flooded with slow-motion replays of the same critical sequences, as if everyone was trying to uncover some hidden secret in the mechanics of each exchange.
The Teofimo that beat Lomachenko, what if that Teofimo shows up?
Like I said, at Lomachenko is a not easy fight. Teofimo was able to be in the ring.
Predictably, the hours after the bout were filled with hot takes and bold declarations. But above all, the dominant feeling was one of appreciation for two athletes who risked everything on a global stage, and for a fight that reminded the world why boxing, at its best, remains uniquely compelling. Practically speaking, this fight will shift matchmaking strategies and redefine the conversation in the division. A high-quality performance, whether framed as a narrow victory or a near miss, boosts an athlete's marketability and bargaining power. Meanwhile, a gritty showing from the other man makes him an attractive, must-see opponent for a host of future challengers. Negotiations, sanctioning bodies, and TV networks now have new leverage points to work with. Rematch clauses will be dusted off. Crossover and unification bouts will be floated. Promoters will do everything in their power to turn tonight's drama into the next big payday. For fans who crave storylines and stakes, tonight delivered both. Career momentum for one fighter. A rich, compelling bounce-back path for the other. Regardless of what the record books ultimately show, the optics of tonight will carry enormous weight in the sport's short-term landscape. Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez didn't give the audience a landslide knockout or a dull, tactical shutout. They gave a fight that asked questions, demanded adaptation, and tested courage under pressure. Weeks from now, fans will still discuss those late-round exchanges and the split-second decisions made when it mattered most. If a single fight can expand the conversation about what elite boxing looks like in the modern era, this one did. For anyone who loves the sport, that is exactly the outcome you want. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to subscribe.